Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is a get it all done video. My house is an absolute disaster and there are so many things that I wanted to get done and get accomplished. So I did in fact start to clean during my kiddos' nap, which is something I try not to do. I try to do things while they're awake and keep their nap time a sacred, calm, rejuvenating time for myself. However, I could not relax in this space, and so I decided to just go ahead and get started. The way I kind of like to clean my spaces is to go room by room. My front room that you can kind of see in this image in like the top right corner is typically clean because we do most of our hanging out and our playing in the playroom and in the kitchen, and so I like to make sure that space is good to go, and then I move on to the next space. So I kind of treat the playroom and the kitchen, they're two different spaces, but I kind of bounce back and forth between them. So the very first thing I'm doing is I'm going to make sure that I get all the kids' toys put back where they belong and in their spaces. I typically keep that blue, it's like the pieces of a nugget couch. Ours is from Sam's Club, so it's not the actual brand. However, I typically keep that housed under the window here, and so I'm just trying to rearrange the books while we have this configuration with our couch out so the kids can run and jump and play with this. I didn't want to put it away because I just had gotten it out that morning and the kiddos were really loving and enjoying it. So I'm just trying to put things back in a place while this couch is out and just make it a very functional and open space for my kiddos to play in. As I was tidying the kids' playroom and their toy area, I was moving anything that didn't belong in that area just to the end of this kitchen table. And so now that I'm moving into the kitchen, I'm trying to tackle that and get everything put back where it belongs. I get so sidetracked when I'm doing things. For instance, I'll take the shoes over to our shoe cabinet, and then while I'm there, I'll see like, laundry or something wrong in our laundry room, and I'll start cleaning that, and then it like spirals and I forget that I was working on the task of just putting things away at the end of the table. I'm trying really hard to stay focused and on task here and just get each of my spaces clean as I go. taking a pause from cleaning here because I'm trying to drink more water as it's getting hotter and, you know, summer's gearing up. I want to make sure that I'm staying as hydrated as possible. So one thing that I've been really enjoying is trying to put coconut water, just because I feel like it gives you more electrolytes, it's more hydrating. So, but I don't love the taste of it, so I put half of a container of coconut water. That looks like the whole thing. It's not. I split it and did the first half the day before, and then I put an element packet into the water and top it off with just regular water, and it's so good. It's really refreshing, and it's a nice break between refills of my water, of just having like normal water. So this is a nice way to change it up and still get hydrated, and in fact get like extra hydrated. We did a Sam's run a day or so before I filmed this video, and that's why we have so many of these pouches. I don't normally buy this many in like such a large quantity. However, I can't beat the price for Sam's and the amount that you get. So we just stocked up and filled them all up. I wanted to mention that I didn't film this, but I went through my pantry and got rid of anything that was expired or opened or anything weird, and then just kind of like reorganized and reset the pantry, and I feel so good about it. I'm so glad I did it. Jax, my son, he's about 20 months old. He exploded a yogurt pouch all over the bottom of the pantry, and so when I started pulling things out, I was like, you know what, I might as well just take care of this, and it spiraled, and I cleaned out and wiped out my fridge and my freezer, which I didn't get on camera, but it was one of those things where I was on a roll and I didn't want to stop, and my kids were playing, and if I get out the tripod to film, it distracts them completely. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to take full advantage of them actually playing and working and cooperating together nicely and get some of the things that I've been wanting to done. I got this huge pile of paper plates that I just moved from Sam's to. You can tell I'm like, life is lifing right now because I can't even fathom doing any more dishes. So I'm like, you know what, we're just going to do paper plates for a while and use this entire container of paper plates. And when this runs out, let's hope that life isn't lifing so hard anymore, and I can feel like I can keep up on our dishes a little bit better. My kids are now awake and I am desperately trying to fold these 2 loads of laundry. I have had them like in their baskets just sitting there waiting to be folded for a couple days, and it's been driving me nuts. I try and fold them right when they come out of the dryer and put them away, but just wasn't working out. Like I said, life's been lifing lately and I feel like I've been drowning. So when the kids got up, I told them we were gonna hang out upstairs. They both have toys in their room and it's plenty to entertain them. So my daughter Josie, she's a little over 3. She was playing in her room, probably dressing up and wearing her princess crowns and high heels and all sorts of things. And my son Jax was kind of bopping in and out of different rooms and coming to see me and hang out. I hope that this video is giving you motivation to get things done. However, I wanted to kind of put into perspective a little bit. Oh, also, I wanted to keep this on camera because this is something that is like so special that I got on camera, and I just hope to remember it forever. Jax is just such a funny little peanut, and he's trying to put on his sweatshirt that he saw me folding, so trying to get it put on. But you know, like most 20-month-olds, he wants to do everything himself. So trying to support him through that. Okay, but as I was saying, I hope that this gives you motivation, but doesn't make you feel bad or guilty in any way about what you're not doing. What you don't see is the days that I like can't even fathom getting up from the couch. I'm just exhausted and tired. And when I did this laundry, it was like, lady, your kids like literally don't have any more pajamas. My son was out of PJs. So it was, you do the laundry or your kid doesn't have pajamas to sleep in tonight. And so it was one of those things where I did the laundry because my kids needed PJs, but that was about all I could do. And so now a couple days later, I'm finding the energy and finding the motivation to get it folded. But whatever phase of life that you're in, take it in stride. I know that's way easier said than done, especially for myself because I feel like I want to get everything done and do all the things. But especially if you have kiddos, I feel like it's just, it comes in waves. And I feel like I'm always saying my house is a disaster. But then I also have moments where I feel like I'm maintaining and doing well. And I think that's life. Things ebb and flow. And you know, every day can be different, but take every day with a grain of salt. And if it's hard right now, it won't be hard forever. Around here, if I don't put the clothes away immediately after I fold them, then my piles get destroyed, and that would probably make me want to cry. So I'm immediately putting the kiddos' clothes away so that we avoid any clothes folding destruction. The last thing on my to-do list was to change the sheets in the kids' bedroom. I am so grateful that I have backup sheets for my kids. Now I'll say I definitely had backup sheets for the crib just due to the nature of like babies and spitting up and pooping. However, I'm really glad I ended up buying my daughter a set of backup sheets. I have such a hard time, like I don't have backup sheets for my bed because the cost of them just kills me for what they are, which is silly because you spend like a third of your day in your sheets, so you might as well invest in them. So I'm going to buy myself a set of backup sheets, but it's nice to not have to worry about taking the sheets off and getting them washed in time to get them back on the bed before nap time or bedtime. So it was super nice just to take her sheets off and put her clean set right back on. Thank you so much for watching this video. Those of you who made it to the end, I don't even know if there's any of you. However, I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for tuning in and hanging out with me for a little bit. It means the world that you decided to stick around. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week with a new video. Bye.